What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, Just Ask Kalisa. And of course, I'm Kalisa. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Today's video is my sarcoidosis story. Sarcoidosis is a disease that can attack different parts of the body. Before I get into this story, please go down and click the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can be aware of when I upload new content. I really appreciate it. Let me get into this story. So back in 2013, I noticed that I was having a hard time breathing. It would be something as simple as me walking from my car to my front door, or from the parking lot of my job to the front door of my job. I would be completely winded, out of breath, and it was just really hard to breathe. One day I was at work, sitting at my desk, minding my damn business, because that's what I do. And I went into this coughing fit. And y'all, when I tell y'all this coughing fit came from my soul, like nothing brought it on. I wasn't doing anything strenuous. I was actually listening to music. I wasn't even turned up. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even getting it in. I was just sitting there vibing to the music, and I just started coughing like uncontrollably, and my heart rate sped up because I was trying so hard to catch my breath. Well, I finally calmed down. It, got under control, and that was it. I didn't really say too much about it to anybody because I just excused myself, went to the bathroom, and got it together, and that was the end of that. Well, it kept happening. It wasn't letting up. I would be at work. I would just go into these coughing fits, and it didn't take anything for one to come on. I went to multiple clinics. I went to multiple doctors. I was told I had bronchitis. I was told I had pneumonia. I was told I had an upper respiratory infection. And I was put on steroids, and I was put on muscle relaxants, and just all kinds of crazy shit to try to get this cough under control. Well, nothing helped. Okay, so fast forward to 2014, my boss at the time pretty much told me I had to go to the hospital. Like, I thank her for making me go, because had I not gone, I don't know what would have happened. So I went to the hospital. I think it was a Saturday, and in my mind, they're gonna tell me what the deal really is, give me the medicine I really need, and send me on my goddamn way. Like, I just really thought I was gonna be in there and out of there. Go to the ER, and by the time I got into the ER, I had gone into another coughing fit, and they took me to the back, and I was waiting. Well, they did some blood work, and I ended up going in they did chest x-rays. So I had the x-rays. I was waiting for the results, and at this time my heart is racing, and I think it had a lot to do with me just being nervous. I don't like hospitals. I didn't know what was going on, and I was just really anxious. So I go for the x-rays, and when I came back to the room, it was just a waiting game. So finally, a doctor came in and asked me all my symptoms, and wanted me to explain what had been happening and how long it had been happening. And he held up the x-ray, and it was a picture of my lungs, and there were all these white spots all over both of my lungs, and I didn't know what it was. He told me that it could be cancer. Oh, okay, could be. Y'all don't know. See, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Y'all not even sure, but y'all gonna just say some shit like cancer. For real? Well, I mean, what make you think that? Like, why you can't just say that and just expect me to be like, oh, okay, cancer, that's cute. No, I'm gonna need some type of. You're gonna have to have something to support that theory. You don't just throw no shit around like that and expect me to just be chill about it. Whatever. So I go and I have a lung biopsy done, and they basically took me to this room and went in through my back and made a small incision and took a few pieces of lung tissue It didn't hurt, but I swear to God to you, I could feel them pulling the tissue from my lungs. I could feel that shit, and it was very uncomfortable. It felt very weird, but it didn't hurt. So they take the lung tissue to, I guess, test it or whatever. And at this point, my family is there, my mom, my sister, the person I was dating at the time, and they threw that C word out again. Looked like cancer. We have to wait for the results. Okay, so first of all, what I'm gonna need y'all to do is stop saying cancer all willy-nilly. Like, if you don't have anything to support that, I'm gonna need you to stop saying that, okay? I'm not here for it. I'm really not here for it. At the time, I was, what, 32? I'm just not really here for it. I got kids. Like, you don't get to just do that. I think that's disrespectful, and I feel like it's rude. So, stop saying it. So, I'm basically in limbo waiting on them to tell me what the fuck it is. And all these thoughts are going through my mind. What does this mean for my life? What does this mean for my kids? What does this mean for my family? What does this mean for my job? Am I going to be able to continue to work? Am I going to fucking die? All of this stuff is just going in and out of my brain. Just nonstop. Mind you, I had to wait a couple of days for these results. It wasn't like, oh, we'll be back in a couple of minutes and we're going to tell you what's what and how we're going to fix it. So I'm waiting. Well, a couple days later, they came back and told me I had sarcoidosis of the lungs.
I know what?
Sarcoidosis, it can affect your eyes, it can affect your lungs, it could affect your heart, it could affect your skin. It could start in your lungs and attack something else at another time. It could just, it's just so unpredictable. And to be honest, that scared me more than thinking I had fucking cancer. Because with cancer, I pretty much know what you got to do when you have cancer. I didn't even know what the fuck this was. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was even more scary for me because I didn't know what it was. It was rough. It was really, really rough. I was more comfortable, if that's a good choice of words, with thinking I had cancer than I was with not knowing what I did have. There are celebrities that have sarcoidosis. There are celebrities who have passed away that have sarcoidosis, and they have had complications. For example, Bernie Mac ended up having pneumonia. I believe it was stemmed from a flare-up with his sarcoidosis, and he just didn't make it. Tisha Campbell has sarcoidosis. It affects women, black women, minority women more than any other race. So this is just the big picture of what I dealt with. There's so much more that I want to say about it, but I'm not going to try to cram it all into this video because it's just way too much. Longer story shorter, I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis in 2014. It was affecting both of my lungs. The x-ray that I saw of my lungs, the white spots look like little snowflakes. And if you look into sarcoidosis, that's actually what I don't want to call it the logo, but it's snowflakes, because no two snowflakes are the same. So these spots are not the same on anybody. And I was somewhat rare because I had it on both of my lungs, whereas most people will have it on one or the other. I have experienced, I've experienced it on my skin, where I can see like just bruising just randomly. I have to get my eyes checked more frequently than normal, whereas some people go once a year, once every 2. I have to go more frequently than that. I typically don't, because I'm stubborn, number 1, and number 2, if my vision seems the same, then it just seems the same. It has affected my energy. I'm currently taking, or have been prescribed, about 12 different medications. I have severe insomnia. This diagnosis has caused me to go or deal with depression and anxiety, which I did not deal with before. Um, it's tough. Like, it's really tough. Some days are really fucking bad, and some days are really fucking good. It just depends, you know. Stress can cause a flare up. There's so much that goes into this disease. There is no cure for it. I've been feeling pretty good lately, but I know when it's affecting me when I just have no energy to do anything. And if you know me, you know I love to cook. I love to clean. I don't mind doing laundry. That's actually one of my, it calms me. I like clean clothes. I like to make my shit smell good. I don't have a problem, you know, with doing stuff. But when it becomes, for me, a time where I just cannot do anything, I know the reason why. So that's my sarcoidosis story. I will deal with it for the rest of my life, and it has become a part of my life. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, but I'm just thankful that I'm alive. I am grateful that it wasn't, you know, more detrimental to as cancer. Um, and I'm just taking it one day at a time. I'm gonna do more videos in depth about sarcoidosis, about the, I guess, symptoms and side effects and treatments later. I just wanted to kind of touch on it a little bit to let you know what I'm dealing with in my everyday life. And this is one of the things that I deal with. So if you have any questions, you know where to email me, just.ask.kalisa@gmail.com. My email address will be down below in the description box, along with some, I guess, links to information in regards to sarcoidosis, things you can look out for with your family or with yourself before I, you know, get into more detail about it. But I don't know. I don't know. Thanks so much for stopping by, and you can catch me in the next